Hey friends, welcome back. My name is Jason, and this is my friend Bill, and we are going to have a discussion on his kit.
I'm Stoker over at STOKERMATIC. Content is all about fieldcraft and tactical virtue. Just over 20 years of military experience, 8 years in the Corps. Most of that was in the anti-terrorism unit, and then the rest of my time was in the Army. And I just love being outdoors and doing stuff.
And
hanging out with good dudes.
That's right, yeah.
Just a small kit that I carry with me in my truck, day in, day out. I try not to ever get into it unless I need to. This is just a small tactical Taylor flight light removable operator bag or whatever. It's not huge, as you can see, but it's how I approach things that I want to pack and take. I always think about survival priority tasks, so food, fire, water, shelter, first aid, navigation, communication, maintaining a core body temperature, and a little bit of hygiene. So on the exterior of the bag,
just a little bit of hygiene, I noticed.
Just a little bit of hygiene. On the exterior of the bag, I do have a tourniquet that is prepped, and I'll tell you, like one of the things that, if anybody ever shows you a tourniquet or tells you to use a tourniquet and it's still in a bag, it's not ready to deploy, just click off that video.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go fix it. Cool. So what kind of tourniquet you carry?
It's
it
just
looks
a
like
cat.
a cat.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then on the other side, I just got a multi-tool. It's no big deal. Something else, we've been talking a lot about today is the weather. I don't even know how many inches of rain that we got, but always thinking of inclement weather, and you're gonna see some of that in my methodology for how I pack. Tied to my zipper, I have a small emergency whistle as well as a red light. In times of darkness, you need to be able to see what's going on inside the pack, so that can always come in handy. Dummy corded.
What? So the red light, some of you know, some of you probably don't know, but the red light's because you can use this and it doesn't kill your night vision when you turn this puppy on, if you're checking a map or just going through your kit or whatever. So that's really, really smart.
Yeah. Immediately inside the pack, I actually got 2 sets of gloves in here for whatever reason.
You don't want cold fingers.
No, you don't want cold fingers. Because it has been a little bit colder, I do have a little bit of warmer set in here. And then immediately available, I do have a small Grail water filter. I don't carry water in here because where we're at, if I walk 100 meters right now, I got water.
Yeah.
And that's the same pretty much anywhere we're at. So I don't have to be concerned about having it filled. There's water everywhere.
Yeah, I carry the exact same one right there, and the bigger one as well. And I preach the same thing. I almost never carry water,
right?
Because there's water. You're just gonna trip over it every 100 yards. Yeah.
Dig 5 feet and you're gonna have water.
That's right.
I've been in other places where that's not been the case, and I've been an advocate of carrying 2 quarts as well as a couple quarts in your pack. But here, I don't have to worry about it. Also immediately available is the dreaded Bowfunk radio. But what I would caution and tell everybody about their radios is to make sure that you have them programmed, which I do here. So I have my primary and my alternate freaks, and I have every other channel that I would ever want to be able to talk to ready to go on the radio. That's not something that you want to think of as you need to use it. How do I need to operate this thing? Yeah. So also have some bright orange 550 cord, so I can, if I have to take it out, I can dummy cord it to myself. And some bright orange tape.
I'm noticing a theme.
Well, when you drop something, you want to be able to find it.
Yeah.
And then the main contents of the bag, there's a little bit more underneath it. I have a waterproof bag that all the rest of my contents stay in. And this is multifunctional for a couple reasons. One, obviously, it's waterproof and water resistant. B, it's raining a lot. If I ever had to cross something if I had to ford some water, I have something that now floats, which, depending on how much other gear you have on your body, is super important. And then lastly, if needed, I can take this thing apart, cut it, and now I have a signal panel because it is bright orange.
Smart.
Oh my gosh, we got more gloves.
What is with you and the gloves? Bill hates cold hands.
I do. Continuing the theme of, keeping stuff waterproof, I do have a warming layer here.
What is that? Just long johns kind of deal?
Yeah. Military. My socks are not in a Ziploc bag, but having a clean pair of socks that you can put on your feet, again, if you have to go fording or just walking out through the yard right now and through the property, you may end up getting some wet feet.
Yeah, let's just show you what's going on outside right now. I don't know if you can see my field, but it's basically a swamp. We've gotten inches and inches of rain in the past 48 hours, so everything is wet.
And if I've learned anything in the military, it's you got to take care of your feet. So
wool socks.
Wool socks.
Do you wear socks all year, or wool socks all year round?
Yeah.
Me too. Some people find that strange.
You know, even in the box. I mean, I wore wool socks.
Yeah.
So, live straw up next.
Yep.
Again, you got a little bit of redundancy.
So a backup water filter there.
Check.
I don't love the live straws, but they are small and compact.
Yeah.
And they don't take up, they take up any space. They weigh almost nothing, so
Right.
I think they're a really good backup.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And the good thing, if you fill up if your filter's gone bad, if you fill that up, you can just stick it down and use that live straw as a straw.
Yeah.
Hygiene and feet in a Ziploc bag. I got some Gold Bond body powder. A little battery bank for charging phones or whatever gadgets else I have. It's medical tape. Again, whether you need to just bandage feet or if you do have a boo-boo or whatever that you need to take care of, super easy to do that.
My friend Joe is adamantly opposed to this tape for some reason. I'm not sure why he hates it so much, but he was a medic in the Army, and for some reason he just despises this kind of tape. I don't know what his deal is. I've used it a lot. It works fine.
And I haven't. So I'm going to use it. Typical USGI triangle cravat bandage.
Cravat. There you go.
The one thing everybody needs.
A little TP.
Some stinking baby
Oh, is that
wipes.
wet wipes? There you go.
Right. Because when you need it, you don't want to use your socks.
Yeah, that's right. And there ain't nothing better. I tell you what, if you've been on the trail for a few days, there is nothing better than just having a wipe down. If you can't take a shower or bath, or it's the wintertime and it's freaking cold, stick these in their pocket for a little while and warm them up. You're a new man.
Absolutely. Or you need to do some food prep and you've been messing around in the dirt. You want to clean some of that crap off.
Yeah, smart.
Some calories, just a field stripped MRE portion of it. We got some more in here.
What is that?
Let's see.
You know?
This one's a vegetable barley stew, so not the king's pick.
That's my favorite.
But it will work in a pinch.
Vegetable barley stew.
Just a beanie to help maintain some core temp again. A fully stripped MRE. And I tape it after I field strip it because I want to keep the bag. Depending on the environment that you're operating in, if it is completely non-contested, or if it is completely contested, if it's a non-permissive environment, these bags do wonders so that you can literally pack out everything that you left.
The business.
If you catch what I'm putting down.
Gross. You strip down the MREs because they have a whole bunch of crap in there that's unnecessary. Yeah.
MREs, 90% of it is ultimately filler that I just don't care about.
Yeah.
I want calories.
What do you think that is? Is it just to give guys like some semblance of home life, like?
Yeah, some of it's some morale boost. With some of the candy and the Huyas in there.
Yeah.
The heater, like I can't remember the last time I've used an MRE heater.
Yeah.
Like cold food is not a problem. Like
just eat it.
Just eat it.
Just eat it and get on with it.
Especially for a pack set up like this where you're just trying to get from A to B.
Yeah.
You don't need hot food. I do have the spoon, right?
I have a spoon.
We've got some trail mix.
Gorp.
Oh,
That's my favorite name for that.
And then taco filling. So it's just some dadgum meat. Right? That's all you need. 25 feet of paracord, which can be used obviously for
everything,
almost anything.
Yeah.
And end of the line bowline already preset.
If you don't know how to tie a bowline knot, you need to learn that one.
Yes, indeed. 4-way key. Right?
Yep.
Especially moving through an urban environment.
Otherwise known as the sillcock, which is fun to say.
That's right.
Well, because, these are handy because if you ever notice, next time you're in an urban situation and you walk alongside of some of the more, some of the bigger like industrial type buildings, you'll notice that they have They have what do you call it? What do you call
Faucets?
it? Yeah, faucets on the outside of the building, and they are next to impossible to get open without a tool such as this one. It's going to be really, really difficult. You can't just stick your needle nose pliers in there and make it happen.
So what kind of buildings? Banks, gas stations, almost all of them.
Yeah.
And the last up, I have a Streamlight LED headlamp.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
The good thing about this particular one is it does take any one of these 3 batteries.
Oh, that's super cool.
And it will also operate off of just one AAA as well.
No way.
You can put any single battery in here, and you're going to be good.
All right, so I have struggled with flashlights for my entire life. You know what I hate about some flashlights? It's all the functions, all the buttons. You have to hold it down for 3 seconds, and you got to do the thing, and then stand on your head to get it to do one thing. How is this one?
So this one is phenomenal.
Is it simple?
It is so simple. So we'll toss a battery in here.
And any of those batteries work?
Yes.
AA, AAA.
AAA, or
1, 2. Was it? What was the other sizes you had in there?
the one.
CR 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. So you choose what you want. You have red, green, white, and IR. So again, especially if you're thinking a little bit more tactically, being able to use this in an IR setting can be beneficial for sending a message. So just make sure it's in the setting that you want and push the button.
That's it. I like that headlamp.
Hold it.
A Streamlight.
Yeah. And it'll go through all of the phases of power.
So you got like a high beam, low beam, strobe function if you hold it down.
And there's your red light.
That's pretty simple. Okay, I can get on board with that. I like that.
Have a flare that I carry with me.
Just a road flare?
Yeah, just a roadside flare.
Is that your emergency fire starter?
This is a great emergency fire starter. Like, you can't beat it.
You can't mess up.
I could go out right now and start the bank on fire.
Yeah.
But as well as, just for signaling as well.
Yeah. So what we did this, I don't know if you guys remember this one, if you saw this video, we did this survival challenge where we went to the thrift shop. We had $20 to spend. And one of my buddies came out of the thrift shop like he'd robbed the place. For $20, he had a mountain of gear, and some of the gear they brought was 3 road flares.
Nice.
And so I was using a magnifying glass because I couldn't find matches or a lighter or anything like that to start a fire, and he had road flares. It wasn't a problem.
Not a problem. Also good for fighting zombies.
That's right. Well, obviously. That's the primary reason, right?
Some raisins.
Raisins.
2 pill bottles and a Zippo container. We'll look at these guys here first. If you've not seen the Zippo emergency matches, like, these things are ridiculous.
That's not your everyday match, right?
No, like UCO store matches pale in comparison.
Really?
And then also
Waterproof too?
Water. Man,
Dunk them in the water, it's still burning kind of
yes,
thing?
Yeah. And I also carry a lighter.
With a little duct tape around it?
With some duct
orange
tape around
duct
it.
tape. I see what you're doing
well,
there.
and the duct tape is a great fire starter as well.
Good stuff.
So in this one, some more fire starting materials as well. So I got some pieces of fat wood.
Yep.
Harvested from the Pacific Northwest. This one also has another lighter that has some rubber band around it, keep it from dispensing and getting rid of all my
What's your
fluid.
go-to fire starter? Is it the Bic lighter?
Oh yeah, all day long.
Right? I mean, why not? All the bushcrafty people love their ferro rods, but I tell you what, if I had to pick one to take, it'd be the Bic lighter.
It's not medicine. That is a pill that contains magnesium.
A magnesium pill. What?
Great little fire starter.
That's cool. I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Did you make those?
No.
Oh, okay. So you can buy a magnesium, is it like just magnesium shavings?
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So
I've never seen
just
those.
basically a powder inside.
People are going to ask, where do you find those? Any idea?
Amazon.
Really? Oh, okay. That's cool. But don't eat them.
Procured from the U.S. military.
Procured.
First aid boo-boo kit. So again, tons of duct tape. And then inside, some electrolyte.
electrolyte replacement kind of deal there, just mixed with water sort of thing.
Fingernail clippers may sound pansy or whatever, but
well, you do have 3 pairs of gloves.
yes. But when you need a pair of fingernail clippers, like there's not much else that gets the job done.
Sure.
Some bandages. This one's third skin or second skin. Some over-the-counter medication for pain, a couple different types. And well, this one is Benadryl actually. And then some moleskin. You're gonna take care of them feet.
Yep.
Emergency space blanket. They're kind of garbage, but you know,
just a lot better than nothing.
And being able to add a layer onto what you're doing. This pill bottle is a repair kit. So 550 cord on the outside, and then just a bunch of hoo-yahs on the inside. Zip ties, super glue, a blade, a screw, and some Kevlar cordage.
Kevlar cordage.
This stuff is the shizzle. Like, I can cut through a tree with that cordage.
Yeah.
It's just fantastic. Or a small pouch. And a compass. This is actually from a United States Marine Corps survival kit. Sharpie, pencil, and some paper to write in.
Yeah.
Chem light, unopened. Ink stick, otherwise known as a pen.
Ink stick.
An extra battery. And some camo paint.
Camo paint.
Just one stick.
I dig it. And I think everybody watching probably will as well.
All right, Bill, thanks for sharing your loadout with us. Do you carry this particular kit with you every day? Is it in your vehicle all the time?
It's in my vehicle all the time, unless I happen to take it out just to walk through the woods. And yeah, this is, like, I didn't stage this for you, and I think the amount of gloves I had in here kind of proves that point, that I didn't just throw something together.
Yeah. This is in addition to the stuff that you probably have on you. So you've got your first layer of equipment, of shelter, the clothing that you're wearing, and probably have some sort of lighter and some sort of cutting tool and stuff in your pockets, if I had to guess.
And maybe a little boomstick.
Yeah. And maybe some sort of, personal protection device, if I had to guess. What about, I didn't notice a whole lot of warmth to go on here. Like, what about in the wintertime if you were caught out? Do you have anything extra in your vehicle for that?
In the truck, I got a toolbox in the back. It's not as big as a tool container as what you've got.
Yeah.
But I do have a toolbox that has some cold weather gear, and I got a blanket, and then I have some extra warming layers as well as some waterproof layers as well.
Got it.
So,
okay. Yeah, cool. I figured as much. Just double checking. Awesome. Thanks so much for sharing this stuff with us. If you haven't checked out STOKERMATIC, make sure you do on YouTube. Are you on anything else?
Instagram.
What are you on that?
That's StokerCraft.
StokerCraft on the gram. I don't do a whole lot on the gram.
I don't do a lot on the gram.
Every now and then, usually what happens is I get a little bit of free time and I'll just dump a bunch of stuff on there.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the extent of it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. Hit thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already. I can't wait to see you on the next one. I'm Jason Salyer with Survival Dispatch. As a Survival Dispatch insider, you'll be able to gain the knowledge, the skills, and equipment necessary to protect your family when it really, really matters. They'll provide crucial information on such things as stockpiling food, medical necessities, communication plans. You will receive specific, actionable plans. You can deliver proven techniques to help you get home, shelter in place, or bug out safe.